Good morning. Good morning. Nisargadatta Maharaj said a striking word to me at least
Parole remarquable.
when he said,
Il a dit
who you are, what is prior to consciousness.
qui tu es, ce que tu es avant la conscience.
He said prior to consciousness.
Il dit avant la conscience.
No, this is not spoken to the mind. It's an indication
Maintenant, ceci n'est pas dit au mental, c'est une indication
which can give this luckiest moment of life, which can give this realization of oneself.
ce moment le plus chanceux dans la vie, c'est donner cette réalisation de soi-même.
Now, as the mind has the habit to grasp and to try to understand,
Le mental a cette habitude d'essayer de comprendre.
he automatically will make understand there is such a thing as a priorness of consciousness.
Il essaiera automatiquement de comprendre qu'il y a quelque chose avant la conscience.
So, I mean to say,
Donc, je veux dire,
when one has a desire
on a un désir
to eat a very good ice cream, for
de manger
example,
une très bonne glace, par exemple,
and he can fulfill it.
et on peut satisfaire ce désir.
In the fulfillment, he can say that he is very happy.
Dans la satisfaction, on peut dire qu'il est très content.
Why?
Pourquoi?
Because, in fact, there is no desire anymore.
Parce qu'en fait, il n'y a plus de désir.
It's fulfilled.
Il est rempli, ce désir.
And since we have the habit to listen to the mind, of course, we will project the cause of the happiness outside due to ice cream, and we will go on repeating the same thing.
Puisqu'on a l'habitude d'écouter ce mental, on va vouloir aller regarder la cause de ce désir et on continuera de cette façon.
Now, if there is some deeper investigation,
Et si l'on cherche plus profond,
we may say, oh, I'm happy when I am desireless.
je suis heureux quand il n'y a pas de désir.
And it becomes a state in the spiritual journey to be attained.
Ça devient un état sur le parcours spirituel à être atteint,
To attain desirelessness.
d'atteindre ce non-désir, de dépouiller de désir.
But as a few may have achieved that, or as one may understand through real guidance,
Comme quelques-uns ont réalisé, comme on peut le comprendre avec un vrai guide,
this also means some state
ceci signifie un état.
cannot be real. Any state cannot be
Ça ne peut
real.
pas être vrai, aucun état ne peut être réel.
Because if even for a split second it's not present, it means it can be absent at some time. It cannot be real.
Même pour une fraction de seconde, ça peut être absent, ça ne peut être réel.
So in the same way, one could investigate deeper.
De la même façon, on peut aller plus loin, chercher plus loin.
If there is no desire,
Il n'y a pas de désir.
is there anybody left possible?
Y a-t-il quelqu'un qui reste possiblement?
Is there anyone at all?
Y a-t-il quelqu'un du tout?
And there, through this indication, one
Et là, au travers de cette indication,
remains where he ever was,
on reste, on en a toujours été.
we can indicate it as prior to consciousness,
On peut l'indiquer comme avant la conscience,
but without understanding the words, just going to the where it indicates, otherwise again we create a state.
mais sans comprendre les mots aller, cela indique ou on l'indique, sinon ça devient un état.
I want to say many things a bit chaotic, but it will come to something.
Certaines choses qui sont chaotiques, mais ça viendra quelque part.
Also, linked to this
À se raccrocher à ceci,
is when you are thrown to prior to desirelessness, prior to consciousness.
quand on approche cet état de avant la conscience, avant le désir.
The habit of the mind will say, this is it,
L'habitude du mental dira, c'est ça,
this is it. It's simple.
c'est simple,
This is it, it's silence.
c'est ceci, c'est le silence.
And it's then again the grasping of the mind will make it a state
Et encore une fois,
and will give the concept or the belief that who you are will always resemble the expression when you said this is it, it's silence, it's simple.
et encore une fois, le mental le rendra
This itself is
en
fake
fera un état,
because everything is it.
puisque tout est cela.
I mean to say,
Je veux dire que
we can always say, the mind will always say when he's disengaged,
le mental dira toujours quand
he
il
will
est
feel
engagé,
this revelation, oh that's it.
il sentira cette révélation, il dira, c'est ça.
But what, so it's like desires and desirelessness. We are happy when we are
C'est des
desireless.
non-désirs, on est content quand il n'y a pas de désir.
In fact, we have to still
En fait,
be quieter
encore être plus tranquille
than
que ça.
that. Well, wait, it's coming. The mind has always the habit to look at.
Le mental a cette habitude
So it will
de
look,
toujours
oh,
regarder à quelque chose.
it means it's desireless, or
Il dira,
it
ah,
means
ça, c'est
it's
sans désir.
simple, it's silence,
Ça,
it's
c'est
all
simple,
that.
silencieux, silence.
It's still a projection of the mind.
Mais toujours une projection du mental.
So just remain as you are prior to any
Restez tel que vous êtes.
expression, even to the expression may tell this is it.
Avant toute expression, même si l'expression dit c'est ceci.
Just be free from confirmation. That's what
Soyez
I
libre
mean.
de confirmation.
Otherwise, it's the nature of things,
Sinon,
of
c'est la nature des
states.
choses, des états.
It will change shape, it will change.
Changera de forme,
You will feel like
changera,
losing it and so on. Same hell, same search, same
perdra,
unsatisfaction will be there.
la même recherche, la même insatisfaction sera là.
Mira, listening to what you said then, is
écoutant
there
ce que tu dis,
in reality such a thing as a glimpse?
en réalité,
No,
cet aperçu existe aussi. Non.
no. We speak of glimpse when exactly the mind was
Yes.
disengaged and
Yes.
said,
On parle d'aperçu
wow,
quand le
That's it.
mental était
this is
désengagé.
it, I recognize
Ah,
myself.
c'est cela,
But
je
because of
me
this
reconnais
little subtle
à cause de cette petite subtilité.
background that one will
Arrière-plan,
rely
léger,
on, it's a glimpse.
sur lequel on
But
repose,
in
c'est un
fact,
aperçu, mais en fait,
in fact, there is not such a thing as glimpse.
il n'y a pas de telle chose.
It's
Un aperçu.
a glimpse. In this case, it's a state which looks like
Consiste à un état dans qui
which
ressemble,
looks like it.
qui ressemble à ça.
It's still a grasping of the mind.
C'est encore un
Let it be the subtlest one.
accrochement.
It is still
Un
belonging
attachement
to
du mental.
somebody.
Ça
That's
appartient
why
encore à
here,
quelqu'un.
having glimpses, one can say I'm free.
C'est pour ça qu'en ayant des aperçus, on peut dire je suis libre.
In glimpse, one say I am free.
Dans l'aperçu, on
Which
dit
is
je
a
suis libre.
concept.
Which is a concept, which
C'est un concept.
means there is still somebody being free, which is a
Il y a encore
nonsense.
quelqu'un à libérer.
And here, some are
Et ici,
sincere and some not.
certains sont sincères et d'autres pas.
So if they are sincere, they will see that still it comes and goes.
Ils sont sincères, ils verront que ça vient et que ça part encore.
And so they may keep quiet,
Certains resteront
so
tranquilles
that this itself goes by itself,
pour que ceci parte naturellement.
or they may go to a guide,
Ou ils iront vers un guide.
or here a kind of cursing arrogance may come,
Ou alors une certaine
and
arrogance
teachers may arise with teachings
peut
telling what they
arriver.
know up to there, thinking
Et
this
les
is the
enseignants
ultimate.
peuvent enseigner ce qu'ils savent jusque-là. Et continuer.
They may also be sincere,
Ils pourront aussi être sincères
or not.
ou pas.
But sincerity there is no quality required.
Il n'y a pas de qualité,
Even sincerity will not do.
même la sincérité.
So it would be impossible to reach that state. And I
Alors, ce sera
ask,
impossible d'atteindre
in
cet état
living,
en vivant.
do we just put attention to what we have to do, and that is all?
Juste donner de l'attention à ce qu'on doit faire et c'est tout.
It's not that it's impossible. You are
Ce n'est pas que c'est
who you
possible.
are just now
Tu es qui tu es
when you
maintenant
speak to me.
quand tu me parles.
The only veil which may come is that you believe
Cette voile qui peut venir, c'est que tu
that
crois.
your question itself has
que
any
la
importance.
question elle-même a une importance ici.
You are perfectly complete just
Tu es
now.
parfaitement complète, celle que tu es.
You do whatever you like from here, you see. Whatever you
Ici,
like.
tu fais ce que tu veux.
But don't fool yourself in thinking you have to reach
Mais ne te trompe
something
pas en
else
pensant
than
que
what
tu
you
dois
are just
atteindre
now.
quelque chose d'autre que ce
You
que tu
see?
es déjà.
What did you ask, Russ? I forgot.
Qu'est-ce que tu as
Is there
demandé,
such a
Russ?
thing as a glimpse?
Ah.
That's right.
Y a-t-il quelque chose qu'on aperçu?
From your answer, I have another
De
question.
ta réponse,
'Cause
j'ai une autre question.
you talked about sincerity.
Tu parlais de la sincérité.
And so if someone even has the fire and the burning
Si quelqu'un a le feu
and is sincere,
et est sincère,
how is one ready, if even that?
comment
You
peut-
need not
comment
be
peut-on
ready,
se
you
préparer?
are it. You
On n'a pas besoin
are
d'être
who
prêt,
you
tu
are,
l'es
you
déjà.
see.
Yes.
Et ce que tu es déjà.
It's just a matter of being so. Don't like the word convinced,
Une question d'être sûr.
but it's a
J'aime pas le mot
self-conviction,
convaincu.
it's a realization to be so
Convaincu
real
de soi-même, d'être
that
tellement vrai.
you cannot trust
Tu ne peux pas faire confiance.
whatever talk your mind brings, you see. You know it's a talk. Let him talk. He will talk till this body and mind is, as we say, alive. It will go on talking. But you have demystified the reality of whatever it can suggest. You see? That's all. That's why I reply also to the lady.
Sometimes in your presence, and I look at you, I see back a reflection of myself. And in some ways it's so beautiful, and in some ways it's terrifying. And that's when the thought arises, I'm not ready. Because I trust you completely, and yet this fear comes.
But
even
you see,
the beauty.
because there is still a I and a you, that is the trouble in fact. That separation, that projection. There is no mirror in reality. There is no mirror. Still you need it because you believe your mind, which will say if the mirror is totally clean, as you express sometimes, it's, beautiful. Or this is it. But that mirror is fake. You see, there is no mirror. It's still a subtle projection of your mind. And because of that, it brings further trouble. So just be alone. I mean, not two. Not two. It's not the loneliness the mind understands.
C'est pas la solitude que le mental comprend.
Don't be two.
Ne sois pas deux.
And this doesn't come from me. It's your own fire, self-fire, which speaks to you. Don't care about this looking like shape. It's your own self-answer. There is nothing left that you want to know in life?
Il n'y a rien qui reste que tu veux savoir dans la vie.
I think it's the time to ask, no?
Je pense que c'est le moment de demander.
If there is, you just tell it
Il y a quelque chose, juste
to
dis-le,
be freed from it.
sois libéré.
I think now that
Je pense maintenant,
whatever I say or do
quoi que
Yeah.
je dise ou fasse,
is being done,
est fait.
and if I live according to my value system,
Si je vis en accord
that is all.
à mon système de valeurs, c'est tout.
Perfect.
Très bien.
So I see this as a big paradigm shift.
A big
It's a big movement,
Je vois ceci comme un grand mouvement.
and it is simple for me to do it
Mais c'est simple pour
in a
moi de
way,
faire, d'une façon.
relative. But when you live with family,
Quand on vit avec une famille,
how to adjust to that?
comment
That comes back from them.
s'ajuster à
Just
cela.
live your own way. Let them adjust.
Vis de ta
Now
propre
it's
façon,
time
laisse-les
you
se-
go
se-
like a
s'ajuster.
lion your own way.
Tant que tu ailles
Let
comme un lion
others follow.
pour ton chemin, laisse les autres suivre.
Yes. Now it's your time to be timeless,
C'est le moment pour toi d'être sans moment, sans temps.
to be without the concept of time and eternity, to be freed.
D'être sans ce concept de temps et d'éternité, d'être libre.
Don't worry about others.
Ne t'inquiète pas des autres.
connection they're nowhere here today for me, and I'm realizing that they're not
That's great. You look beautiful today. To be freed from any achievements, you see.
Le zen quand il libère
It has no shape. It has all shapes. Very nice. If one puts himself in any achievement, let it be a mystical one. He believes that this I, which experiences it, is real. So let's be freed from this illusion. And anyway, states come and go. But not the confusion anymore. That it is this, or it is it, or it's not it. It doesn't look like anything. It looks like everything. So don't trouble yourself about its appearance. Just remain quiet where you are, whatever it means, as you are just now. Let it appear this way or that way.
comprends, être tranquille et être facile.
Good. Good, you bring it out.
Bien qu'il y en a juste,
I didn't know to shake you, but it's good you shake
je ne savais pas
yourself.
comment se secouer,
Okay,
mais
great.
bien de le montrer.
I think you see that if you see that itself just removes the belief
Tu vois,
that we have a word in French, quiétisme.
ça enlève la croyance que
Quiétisme, comment tu dis ça?
Quiétude.
it's not quietness.
No, that's why. Torpor, sleepiness, something like passivity. What do I say? So that itself will remove the belief that passivity
Et là, on enlèvera
is
la croyance que la passivité
shows that you are yourself.
me montre que tu es
That
toi-même.
belief is gone now, no?
Cette croyance est partie,
Because you have seen.
que tu as vu.
Your question itself
Ta question
shook,
elle-même a secoué,
shakes your belief.
secoue ta croyance.
So it may not come back.
Elle ne reviendra
Habit may come, but then you cannot be fooled.
Et ça reviendra. Si ça revient, tu ne seras pas trompé par ça.
It's like one may have the liking
On peut avoir
To- to love some mystical state
Aimer
or
ces
passivity. Or it's a liking then.
passivité, c'est quelque chose de léger.
This may also go or not.
Ça peut aussi bien partir ou pas.
Can you be confused if it comes to you?
Peut-être être confus si
From
ça revient
now.
à toi.
Can you be confused
Peut-être
if you are
confus
simply
si tu es
passive?
simplement passif.
Can you confuse this,
Tu peux le confondre.
thinking that this only is who you are
En
and
pensant
not
que
when
ceci
you
est
are
seulement qui tu es.
furious? Can you confuse now?
Est-ce que tu peux confondre ces choses?
Probably not.
Probablement pas.
What's here now?
Qu'est-ce qui est
In
là
you,
maintenant?
what is here? How do you describe?
Comment
What's
peux-tu
here?
le décrire?
It's a confusion, like a confusion about not knowing whether I'm confusing something with something
Confusion,
or not.
de ne pas savoir si je suis confus sur quelque chose ou pas.
Yeah, that itself shows confusion. Yeah.
C'est la montre, la confusion.
So why you still follow your mind?
Pourquoi est-ce que tu suis ton mental encore?
Because you see, everyone by nature is
Voyez,
everyone by nature
de nature
is just himself.
est lui-même.
It's because we endlessly believe the
Parce qu'on
suggestions
croit sans fin aux
of our
suggestions
mind
mentales
that we may think yes or no.
que l'on peut penser oui ou non.
So if you feel confused, isn't it not a movement of mind
Si on se sent
or
confus,
emotions,
n'est-ce pas un mouvement
whatever,
de la
mind?
pensée?
Is it? Okay. Just let it appear and disappear.
Laisse-le apparaître et disparaître simplement.
It's not you.
Ce n'est pas toi.
It's not you. Is the way of mind to exist.
C'est la façon d'exister du mental.
And it will still look like existing because still something will appear and disappear.
Ça ressemblera à l'existence.
But
Quelque
its
chose apparaîtra et
reality
disparaîtra.
is dissolved.
Mais sa réalité est dissoute.
So you will not be afraid
Donc tu n'auras pas peur
of whatever appearance it takes, or whatever suggestion it gives you, even if it is the suggestion of confusion.
Ce qui apparaît ne sera plus suggéré, ne sera plus confusion.
You know, it's as illusory to feel confused than to feel clear.
Sentir confus que de se sentir clair.
I mean to say one has to remain quieter than that
Que l'on doit rester
prior as an indication
avant,
to movements of mind,
avant le mouvement de mental.
or better to say prior to
Le mieux, c'est peut-être mieux de dire
the belief that
avant
movements of
la
mind
croyance que les mouvements de
can
mental
bring any truth,
peuvent amener aucune
any
réalité,
reality.
quelque réalité que ce soit.
But if you believe that the movement of the mind
Si l'on croit que le
is
mouvement du
also
mental
part of the reality
fait
that
aussi
makes it
partie de
move,
la réalité,
yes?
Yeah, then you have to accept every movement,
Yes,
not reject a single one.
that's right. That's what I
Yeah?
feel.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful. Or you reject everything,
Ou on
or you
rejette
accept
tout, on
everything.
accepte tout.
Yeah, both ways.
Les deux
Easier to
façons.
accept.
C'est plus facile d'accepter.
Okay.
D'accord.
Now,
Maintenant,
who is accepting?
qui c'est qui accepte?
You don't care?
Doesn't matter.
Great.
C'est pas grave pour toi. c'est pas
Okay, Charlotte. Very nice. Mm. That was
I don't.
quick. Yeah, what? I don't what?
Ne quoi?
Lots of thoughts trying to work out different things I said and
Beaucoup de pensées et d'essayer de comprendre ce que j'ai dit.
But you didn't speak. You didn't speak.
Tu n'as
No.
pas parlé.
Okay. So, what do you want?
Que veux-tu?
You want clarity?
De la clarté?
Not all.
Non,
You
dis-moi.
want to be
I
clear?
want to be
Tu veux être clair?
somehow happy
Je
or
veux être d'une certaine façon heureux,
satisfied or not longer
satisfait ou pas.
I'm not sure, maybe not.
Je ne suis pas sûr.
So I'm not even sure what is
What's going
what to
on?
ask,
Je ne
what
suis pas sûr quoi demander. Que demander?
You see, okay, let's take your sentence. I'm not
Prenons ta
sure
phrase, je ne suis pas sûr.
about what to ask.
Que
Okay?
demander?
like listening to what you say seems like
En t'écoutant, en entendant ce que tu dis,
the best question to ask is
la meilleure
how
question
to
à poser.
see through the illusion that there's
Comment
somebody.
voir à travers les illusions?
Mhm. Oh, that's a good question.
C'est une bonne question.
How to see through
Comment voir à
whatever
travers
happens to you,
ce qui
what's
t'arrive,
real.
de ce qui est vrai.
Is it that the question? How to see?
Comment voir?
Like what you I listened to you talking
Yeah.
yesterday and
Écouter ce que tu disais.
like I can be confused or be clear about things
Tu peux
and
être
see
confus ou clair sur certaines
something
choses et voir quelque
that-
chose.
Okay. So let's make it.
yes, maybe I just get confused maybe.
No, but let's make it simple
Rendons-le
and
simple
clear.
et clair.
Can you see? Just now, huh?
Tu
We
vois,
just
maintenant.
speak. We are together.
Là, nous sommes ensemble.
Can you see that this how you how the beginning of your question
Est-ce que tu peux voir que ce comment, ce début de ta question,
brings all your past,
amène tout ton passé,
all the belief that your mind may say something real?
les croyances que ton mental peut dire quelque chose de vrai?
Can you see that just now?
Est-ce que
I
tu peux
just
voir cela
ask
maintenant?
you
Je te
a
demande
very simple question.
une question
This
très simple.
how
Ce comment
that you give importance to,
auquel tu donnes de l'importance.
What to do.
yeah, or what to do, or
Quoi
this
faire?
this
Oui,
question
cette
itself,
question elle-même.
what you try to bring out.
Tu as essayé de faire sortir.
Do you see that
Est-ce que tu vois
that itself
ça en lui-même
throws you or brings you all
t'envoie
your past,
tout
all
t'amène,
your personal story
amène tout ton passé, toute
and
ton histoire
confusion.
personnelle et toute ta confusion.
Can you see that?
Est-ce que tu peux voir cela?
And if you don't see, you just
Et si tu ne le vois pas,
look at this how or this
regarde
question,
cette question,
and if you can look
comment
at it,
ça marche.
it's away from you.
Et si tu peux
You
le
are
regarder,
separated from
en
it.
dehors de toi, tu es séparé.
Can you see that?
Est-ce que tu peux voir ça?
Yeah.
Can you see that what you bring out, and even your gesture shows,
Est-ce que tu peux
you
voir tout ce
bring
que
it
tu sors, même
out,
ton geste le montre.
so it's
Si tu le
away
sors,
from you.
c'est en dehors de toi.
It's away from you.
C'est en dehors de toi.
Yeah?
Oui.
So what's left now if you don't touch at
Alors,
this?
qu'est-ce qui reste si tu ne
Because
touches
this
pas?
is mine.
Ceci est
This is
mental.
mine. And I tell every day,
Je le dis tous les jours.
don't believe what the mind suggests.
Ne crois pas ce que le mental suggère.
And this how, etc.
Comment, etc.
is a suggestion of the mind.
C'est une
He brings
suggestion
you
du
like
mental.
a beautiful girl in front of
T'amène
you.
une très
How?
belle femme
And
devant
then
toi.
you believe it, you want to kiss
Tu
it,
crois, tu
and
crois
then
que
you
l'embrasser.
are lost, of course. So let her dance.
Alors laisse-la danser.
She will always dance all your life in
Elle
front of you,
dansera
but you
toute
can
ta
enjoy,
vie
but
devant
don't
toi.
touch it. Be free from that glue.
Sois libre de cette colle.
What's left? Now let her dance.
Que reste-t-il? Laisse-la danser.
Be yourself.
Sois toi-même.
Remain as you are. No. What happened?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
What happened?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Yeah,
Huh?
there's not such a problem.
Yeah, there is no such a problem.
Il n'y a pas-
Exactly.
Bien.
Let them dance.
alors,
Let them
laisse-la
cry. Let
Laisse-les
them
pleurer.
die.
Laisse-les
Let them be
mourir.
born again.
Laisse-les renaître.
Just look at it.
Mais regarde-les.
But don't fish them all the
Ne
time,
les
you
pêche
know.
pas tout le temps.
Why to fish?
Pourquoi pêcher?
Just be as you are.
Sois tel que tu es.
Be concerned with that. Just remain as you are
Consciente que cela.
and let things,
Reste tel que tu es.
you
Laisse
know,
les choses
flow.
couler.
Don't believe in any doubt which may arise.
Ne crois pas en aucun doute qui peut survenir.
One doubt was a savior,
Un doute
which made you a seeker.
peut te
The
sauver
doubt
qui
is
te rend un chercheur.
God,
Un doute est
this world and this life.
ce monde, cette vie.
I'm not satisfied.
Je ne suis pas satisfait avec.
I want to search what's
Je
real.
veux chercher ce qui est vrai.
Something more true.
Quelque chose qui
That
est plus vrai.
doubt was a blessing.
Ce doute est un
Once it's like the worm in the apple.
est
No?
béni.
That doubt made you a seeker.
C'est comme le ver dans la
But
forme
that's
ce doute
enough.
ça rend bien.
Now,
Chercheur.
don't keep this doubt
Ça
all your
suffit.
life.
Maintenant, ne garde pas ce doute.
Because
ta
of
vie.
that doubt,
À cause de
you
ce doute.
can see that things are just in front of you and
Quand
you
les
hear.
choses sont juste devant toi.
You
Tu
need not
entends.
touch them.
Tu
You
n'as pas
did
besoin
not
de les toucher.
identify with
Pas
them.
besoin de t'y identifier.
Let them come and go. Let them
Laisse-les venir et
suggest.
partir.
Let your mind suggest anything.
Laisse ton mental suggérer quelque que ce soit.
Yes.
To
Quelque chose que ce soit.
clarify that
Je veux juste clarifier que
the mind can still bring anything, confusion,
le mental peut
terrible,
amener toute sorte de confusion.
Yeah, the mind can still bring confusion and all.
and
Oui, le mental peut amener tout ça.
it's not.
It will
It's-
not value.
Ça
In
ne te
fact,
voilera
it
pas.
doesn't value who you are in
Ça ne te
fact.
voile pas qui tu es vraiment. tu es en fait.
Of course, because you may believe that this confusion means
Parce que tu peux
you are
croire,
veiled,
tu peux croire que cette confusion veut dire que tu es voilé.
that confusion brings more confusion and
Cette
suffering.
confusion amène encore de la
But
confusion.
from
de la
now,
souffrance. Mais
if you,
maintenant,
do you hear me?
tu m'entends?
If you really
Et
hear,
maintenant, si tu es vraiment là,
confusion may appear,
confusion peut
it
apparaître.
will not be a big building.
Ce ne sera
It
pas
will
un
go
gros
also
bâtiment.
by itself.
Il faudra
So it means it
lui-même.
doesn't bring more confusion
Il n'amènera
and it
pas
doesn't bring
encore de
suffering.
confusion et de souffrance.
Some confusion may come, some
Confusion peut
pleasure,
venir, des
some
plaisirs,
this and that. That
ceci,
will
de cela.
go on.
Cela continuera.
But demystify its
Mais
reality
démystifie sa
so
réalité
that you don't go into that canal
pour que tu
and
n'entres
go
pas
on
ce canal
building more confusion and more
et à
suffering.
construire encore plus de confusion.
Demystify. Okay,
Démystifie.
some canal here, some canal there.
D'accord,
You are
on
in
voit
the
ici, une
big
voie là.
bed, the flow of beingness.
Tu es
Just flow.
une rivière de l'être.
Let
Juste
your
coule.
mind go here and there.
Laisse ton mental aller ici.
Demystify its
Démystifie
reality.
sa réalité.
And the sense of being
Ce sens
in trouble or
d'être
It's a
real,
sense
it's only coming from the
un peu troublé.
thoughts. Each thought
from believing that the mind is real.
Ça vient de croire que le mental est vrai.
Any sense is mind.
Toute sensation, tout sens est mental.
That's why at some point we say, what is
C'est pour
this
ça qu'à un
sense of
moment,
I?
on dit, quel est ce
Any
sens de moi?
sense is
Tout sens
mind, is a
Et le
movement,
mental est un mouvement.
is a projection, an object. Exactly.
Bien.
Let them dance,
alors,
let them
laisse-la
cry, let
Laisse-les
them
pleurer,
die,
laisse-les
let them be
mourir.
born again.
Laisse-les renaître.
Just look at it.
Mais regarde-les.
But don't fish them all the
Ne
time,
les
you
pêche
know.
pas tout le temps.
Why to fish?
Pourquoi pêcher?
Just be as you are.
Sois tel que tu es.
Be concerned with that. Just remain
Sois
as you are
conscient que de cela.
and let things,
Reste tel que tu es.
you
Laisse
know,
les choses
flow.
couler.
Don't believe in any doubt which may arise.
Ne crois pas en aucun doute qui peut survenir.
One doubt was a savior,
Un doute
which made you a seeker.
peut te
The
sauver
doubt
qui
is
te rend un chercheur.
God,
Un doute est
this world and this life.
ce monde, cette vie.
I'm not satisfied.
Je ne suis pas satisfait.
I want to search what's
Je
real.
veux chercher ce qui est vrai.
Something more true.
Quelque chose qui est
That
plus vrai.
doubt was a blessing.
Ce doute est un
Once it's like the worm in the apple.
un
No?
béni.
That doubt made you a seeker.
C'est comme le ver dans la
But
pomme.
that's
Ce doute
enough.
t'a rendu
Now,
chercheur.
don't keep this doubt
Ça
all your
suffit.
life.
Maintenant, ne garde pas ce doute.
Because
ta
of
vie.
that doubt,
À cause de
you
ce doute.
can see that things are just in front of you and
Quand
you
les
hear.
choses sont juste devant toi.
You need
Tu
not
entends.
touch them.
Tu
You
n'as pas
did
besoin
not
de les toucher.
identify with
Tu n'as pas
them.
besoin de t'y identifier.
Let them come and go. Let them
Laisse-les venir et
suggest.
partir.
Let your mind suggest anything.
Laisse ton mental suggérer quelque
Ça-
ce soit.
Yes.
and to
Quelque chose que ce soit.
clarify that
Je veux juste clarifier que
the mind can still bring anything, confusion,
le mental peut
terrible,
amener toute sorte de confusion.
Ah,
Yeah, the mind can still bring confusion and all.
and
Oui, le mental peut amener tout ça.
it's not
It will
It's-
not veil you.
Ça
In
ne te
fact,
voilera
it
pas.
doesn't veil you who you are in
Ça ne
fact.
te voile pas qui tu es vraiment. Tu es en fait.
Of course, because you may believe that this confusion means
Est-ce que tu peux
you are
croire,
veiled,
tu peux croire que cette confusion veut dire que tu es voilé?
that confusion brings more confusion and
Cette
suffering.
confusion amène encore de la
But
confusion.
from
de la
now,
souffrance. Mais
if you,
maintenant,
do you hear me?
tu m'entends?
If you really
Et
hear,
maintenant, si tu es vraiment là,
confusion may appear,
confusion peut
it
apparaître.
will not be a big building.
Il sera
It
pas
will
un
go
gros
also
bâtiment.
by itself.
Il faudra
So it means it
lui-même.
doesn't bring more confusion
N'amènera
and it
pas
doesn't bring
encore de
suffering.
confusion et de souffrance.
Some confusion may come, some
Confusion peut
pleasure,
venir, des
some
plaisirs,
this and that. That
ceci,
will
de cela.
go on.
Cela continuera.
But demystify its
Mais
reality
démystifie sa
so
réalité
that you don't go into that canal
pour que tu n'entres
and
pas
go
sur
on
le canal
building more confusion and more
et à
suffering.
construire encore plus de confusion.
Demystify. Okay,
Demystify.
some canal here, some canal there.
D'accord,
You are
vois
in the
ici,
big
voilà.
bed, the flow of beingness.
Tu es
Just flow.
la rivière de l'être.
Let
Juste
your
coule.
mind go here and there.
Laisse ton mental aller ici.
Demystify its
Démystifie
reality.
sa réalité.
The sense of being
Ce sens
in trouble or
d'être
It's
real,
a sense
it's only coming from the
un peu troublé.
thoughts. Each thought
from believing that the mind is real.
Ça vient de croire que le mental est vrai.
Any sense is mind.
Toute sensation, tout sens est mental.
That's why at some point we say, what is
C'est pour
this
ça qu'à un
sense of
moment,
I?
on dit, quel est ce
Any
sens de moi?
sense is
Tout sens.
mind, is a
Le
movement,
mental est un mouvement,
is a projection, an objectification of your real self.
une objectification de ton vrai soi.
Let it appear, but
Laisse-le apparaître.
don't believe it's real.
Mais ne crois pas
It
que c'est
comes
vrai.
and goes, it changes
Ça
shape.
vient, ça part, ça change de forme.
This is its mysterious majesty. You will
Ouais,
not
mystérieuse majesté.
try to understand.
Faut pas essayer de le comprendre.
That's clear?
I can only this moment see
Que voir en ce moment.
Just
or realize
know.
that it's
Pour
not
réaliser.
Remind yourself this.
that's what's coming up. It's not.
That's what's coming up, and then you are in the heart of the volcano.
Le
Let
cœur du
him
volcan.
throw this and that.
Laisse-le jeter.
This is no more your
Tu n'es
business, you
plus ton
see,
affaire.
but you are at the source.
Tu es à la source.
This is your real self.
C'est ton vrai.
Be concerned with that only.
Concerne-toi. Sois concerné que par cela.
That's the finish.
C'est la fin.
That's it.
C'est ça.
And if you need, when there is some question, some
Tu as
confusion,
besoin,
you
c'est
say,
une
oh, my
question,
dear
c'est une
one,
confusion. Ah, mon cher.
my fake past beloved one.
Faux
No, I
passé.
know who you are,
Mon cher
just a
faux
ghost.
passé.
You are
Je
not
sais que
real.
tu n'es qu'un fantôme,
Go your
ce n'est
way.
pas vrai. Va ton chemin.
Yeah, just use tricks if you like.
Utilise des trucs.
This is the best. Don't be afraid.
N'aie
Just
pas peur.
tell, ha! I thought you were real.
Je croyais
It's
que
really
c'était
not
vrai.
true.
Mais c'est
Ciao.
vraiment pas vrai.
Go your way.
C'est pas ton chemin.
Yeah, like that, you know. Let people think you are cuckoo, doesn't
Laisse les
matter.
gens penser que tu es
Because you will say all the time.
Dire bonjour en vain.
Doesn't matter.
Ce n'est pas grave.
Be concerned with your own self.
C'est concerné que par ton soi.
Yeah? It's a big thing to say yes to that once in a life.
Grande chose de dire oui à cela une fois dans sa vie.
And you understood perfectly clear now. Don't bring
Tu as
a
parfaitement
question that
compris
if you
parfaitement
understood
clairement
well.
maintenant, on n'a même pas
You
une question.
understood very well, not just be concerned
Tu as
to
très
be
bien
yourself.
compris.
Yeah.
Tu concerne que de cela.
Come here. No, just come. You sit and then you show.
Is it gone?
Just show. The tooth is.
La dent est.
The tooth is.
Mama says I'm like a pirate.
Comme la pirate.
Like you said in the party one time.
Remember?
Yeah, just what you were talking about last night, Red. You said things like this to you.
Ce dont tu parlais,
Is that the same thing or is that something else?
Nothing else, nothing. So why you thought your question
pourquoi
was important?
pourquoi penses-tu que ta question
Why
est
you
importante?
thought your question is important? Why
Pourquoi
you thought
penses-tu
that this question was
que cette
important?
question était importante?
I believe the suggestion of the mind
Je
that
croyais
something
que
is
suggestion.
So just drop it before getting the answer.
Lâche-le avant d'avoir la réponse.